Hello and welcome to Trading Super. My name is Jared Putnam, and in this video just going to feature TradeWell along with FillFinder. TradeWell locates areas where the market is likely to turn, and then FillFinder in real time reads order flow and recognizes the instant when an order flow event is favorable for a trade in agreement with the direction that you want. So if it's a support zone, it looks for obviously things that are favorable to a buy side event, something favoring an upward move. If it's a resistance zone, something favoring a downward move. And so as you can see at the moment, TradeWell, we have today we're looking at the US indices, S&P Midcap 400, symbol EMD, looking at the September 2018 futures contract. And as you can see, TradeWell at the moment is not featuring a support zone or a sell zone, but with the market moving upward, we're anticipating a support zone. And so this video will feature the zone coming into play, and then we'll enter that into FillFinder and then let FillFinder do its work. This period's just about to close, and so just getting ready in case we do get a zone, we can enter that in. And so the market has moved upward, anticipating a support zone. We just got it, 20,009.3 down to 20,008.6, and we'll activate that zone. And then we'll look at some profit objectives, set the quantities, which that could be done ahead of time. And so, in this case though, we haven't gotten a fill so far, and so we'll just, now the market is trading right back down. And so we got a zone that appeared as support is blue in color. And so if you get a blue set of numbers here, that's a support zone. So you just look at entering these two numbers down into your zone high and zone low, and obviously numerically the higher number would go in the zone high, but once you get those in, just click activate support. Market pushing downward now. So rather than reading the order flow ourselves, rather than reading a dome and waiting for the perfect moment to arrive and the perfect signal to arrive, FillFinder is doing that automatically and also keeping up more easily than we can. Sometimes it's hard to maintain focus to the high level that manual order flow trading requires. Obviously with practice it gets easier, but it is a bit of a learning curve. Okay, so we just got filled here, filled 2009.0, risking 5 ticks, so risking $50 per contract. Stops at 2008.5. Fairly small profit objective here. And so I'm actually just going to move that up a couple of ticks. And you can adjust this. I'm going to look for a retest of the high. And so looking for 60 per contract on the smaller target. Looking for 1.3 or 130 per contract on the bigger target. Market's at showing 09.6 right now. The bid's down at 0.2, however, and so that's the difficulty here with the fill. So tapping 6, bids come up. Okay, so just got the smaller target, and you can see the average position price here, the current P&L. And so now looking for a 10.3, 2010.3 on the remaining two. Risk at the moment is from 09 even to 086. So risking 40 per contract. Back down to the entry now. Bids dropped all the way back to 8.8, 8.7 now. Stops at 8.6. So the market's still working near the scene of the battle, you could say. If you're an order flow trader, you know what I mean. And rather than reading every tick and every transaction manually, FillFinder is just working around that event. But as we can see here, the bids drop back to our stop price, so it's very vulnerable at the moment. We'll see if it gets stopped out. If so, it'll be a small loss on the first portion of the position, excuse me, a small gain overall, small loss on the second portion, but a decent gain on the first portion. But now the market's kind of come back. Bids lifted to 9.4, 9.6, offers rising. And so we'll see if we can snap up and get a 10-3 fill. So looking for 130 per contract on the remaining portion of this position here so far. Bids at 10-2. And you can simply click the close quantity 2 button if you don't want to wait for this little agony here for the bid to lift. Now it's dropped down 10.0. So I had a 10-2 bid, could have taken it, didn't. And so the wait continues here. Offer lifting.
Order filled.
And just got the 10-4. I was just about to grab it. So got the 10-4, and so market opened. As you can see, this is very near the open. Market hasn't been open long, already generated a potential turning zone, a turning point. And that was broadcast here in TradeWell automatically. You simply load the symbol and then let the data go in, and the algorithms do the work. Once it broadcasts a level, you just enter that level into, if it's blue, it's a support zone. If it's red, it's a resistance zone. But for blue, we just entered these numbers into support, activated the zone, selected the targets, ended up moving those targets. So selected the targets and then ended up moving them as we wanted, but overall able to pick up. You can see right here, no more positions, so position average price is back to 0, but had a total of 6 contracts. And as you can see, the P&L 540, that's realized after all is said and done. Market came really close to stopping out, but just missed it, just didn't quite tick, and that's very nice. And then from there was able to come up and get the fill, and that's the process. And so Fill Finder did the heavy lifting, so to speak, when it comes to the order flow, looking for real-time validation of a potential support zone. The potential support zone is figured out and broadcast in TradeWell. And so you simply, like I said, load the symbol and then wait for the zone to appear. And then once it does, you've got a potential turning point to work with. However, the market needs to validate that in real time. Otherwise, as you know, if you've traded for any length of time, sometimes you put a trade on and it works. Other times you put a trade on and it blows right through your zone. And that can be very frustrating and badly interrupt a run of consistent profitability. It can wipe away a lot of small profits very easily. And so by using this system, you not only get a potential turning point, but in addition to that, you get real-time validation based on order flow confirmation in real time. And that's what we saw just play out here in the S&P Midcap 400 on Monday, June 11th. So hopefully this helps answer some questions. If you need anything, you're more than welcome to contact me. Jared Putnam at Outlook.com, JaredPutnam at Outlook.com. Everyone trade safely, and hope you enjoyed the video. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.